Groovy English Podcast.
Hey there! Welcome back to Groovy English. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Aiden. We share real stories, useful tips, and everyday English to help you grow with confidence.
Wherever you are in your English learning journey, we're glad you're here.
If you're enjoying the podcast, feel free to like, subscribe, or share it with a friend.
Let's get started.
Hello, Groovy English friends. I'm Olivia, and welcome back to Groovy English. Today, we're going to talk about something really practical and super powerful: how to turn those moments when you're waiting around into valuable learning time for your English. Waiting time is everywhere. Waiting in line at the grocery store, sitting at a bus stop, waiting for your coffee, or even just standing in an elevator. These small pockets of time might seem insignificant, but with the right mindset and tools, they become golden opportunities to practice English. Most people think that real learning happens only during formal study sessions with books, apps, or classes. But that's just part of the picture. When you learn to use waiting time effectively, you multiply your learning hours without changing your schedule. It's learning on the go, smart and efficient. First, let's talk about why waiting time is actually perfect for certain types of English practice. Since waiting moments are usually short, you want to choose quick, focused activities that don't require deep concentration but still keep your brain active. One great way to use waiting time is by reviewing vocabulary. Keep a small vocabulary list on your phone or a pocket notebook, and when you find yourself waiting, pull it out and review a few words. Say them out loud, think of sentences, or recall their meanings. If you like apps, there are plenty of language learning apps designed for bite-sized lessons. Think flashcards, quick quizzes, or short dialogues. Apps like Duolingo, Memrise, or Quizlet work well for waiting time practice because lessons can be as short as 1 or 2 minutes. Listening practice is another perfect waiting time activity. Keep podcasts or English audio files downloaded on your phone. Put on your headphones and listen while you wait. You don't need to understand every word. Just immerse yourself in the sounds and rhythms of English. When you listen, focus on catching keywords or the general idea. This relaxed listening helps you get used to the flow of English and builds your comprehension without pressure. Over time, you'll notice you understand more and more. If you're feeling more confident, try shadowing. This means listening to a sentence or phrase, then repeating it immediately, matching the speaker's rhythm and intonation. It's a fantastic way to practice pronunciation and speaking fluency during short waiting moments. Another fun way to use waiting time is by practicing speaking to yourself. Describe your surroundings out loud, talk about what you're thinking, or narrate your day. It might feel a little funny at first, but it's a great way to build fluency and confidence. If you're somewhere private, try recording yourself speaking. Use your phone's voice recorder to say a sentence or two, then listen back to notice your pronunciation and intonation. This simple exercise helps you improve quickly by hearing yourself objectively. Waiting time is also perfect for learning useful phrases or idioms. Pick one phrase each day, learn its meaning, and try to use it during your day. For example, break the ice or hit the books. Repeating these phrases when you wait helps them stick in your memory. Try to create little challenges for yourself. For instance, when you're waiting, Ask yourself, can I name 5 fruits in English? Or can I list 3 verbs that describe walking? Turning waiting time into a mini quiz makes learning playful and interactive. If you're with friends or family who are also learning English, turn waiting time into a group activity. Take turns saying a sentence or asking a question in English. This shared practice makes learning fun and strengthens your support system. Reading is also a wonderful way to use waiting time. Keep a small book, magazine, or article on your phone and read a few sentences or a short paragraph while you wait. Focus on understanding the main ideas rather than every single word. When reading, try to guess the meaning of new words from context before looking them up. This active guessing keeps your brain engaged and helps you develop your intuition about English. Waiting time also helps you practice listening to different English accents. Use podcasts or videos with speakers from different countries, British, American, Australian, and more. This exposure improves your understanding and makes you more adaptable. If you want to challenge yourself, try translating short sentences or phrases in your head while you wait. For example, think of how you would say, "I'm hungry" or "it's raining" in English. This mental practice strengthens your translation skills. Using waiting time regularly also helps you build consistency. One of the hardest parts of learning English is making it a daily habit. But if you commit to using even 5 minutes a day while waiting, you create a powerful habit that adds up over time. To get the most out of waiting time, prepare ahead. Before you leave the house, choose what you'll practice: vocabulary, listening, or speaking. Having a plan makes it easier to jump into learning the moment you find yourself waiting. Sometimes, waiting moments are stressful or boring, like waiting in traffic or at the doctor's office. Using this time to focus on English helps distract your mind and turns an unpleasant moment into a productive one. Don't forget to keep it fun. Learning during waiting time should feel light and enjoyable, not stressful. If you start to feel tired or distracted, it's okay to just relax. The key is balance and listening to yourself. When you combine waiting time learning with other study sessions, you create a comprehensive learning routine. Formal lessons build deep knowledge, and waiting time practice keeps your skills fresh and active throughout the day. It's also helpful to track your progress. Use a journal or an app to note how much time you spend practicing during waiting moments. Seeing your progress motivates you and helps you stay accountable. If you want to boost your learning even more, share your waiting time strategies with friends or learning partners. You might discover new ideas or tools from each other that make waiting time even more effective. Remember, the goal isn't to fill every second of waiting with study, but to recognize that these moments are opportunities. Even a few minutes here and there add up to hours over weeks and months. Using waiting time is especially powerful for busy people. If you struggle to find long study sessions, this approach lets you learn little by little without changing your daily schedule. Try to create a habit where waiting time becomes a natural part of your learning routine. After a few weeks, you'll notice that practicing English in these moments feels automatic and even enjoyable. And the best part? You don't need special equipment or extra time, just your phone, your voice, and a curious mind. Let's dig a little deeper into how waiting time can become your secret language learning weapon. Often, we underestimate those small moments, but they add up to real progress. Imagine if you spend just 5 minutes a day practicing English while waiting. Over a month, that's more than 2 hours of extra learning. One of the first steps is to change how you think about waiting. Instead of seeing it as wasted time, see it as a gift, a chance to engage with English without needing to carve out extra hours in your busy day. This mindset shift makes all the difference. If you carry your phone everywhere, it's easy to turn it into a mini English classroom. Load it with podcasts, audiobooks, language apps, or even simple notes with new words and phrases. This way, whenever you have a minute, you're ready to jump in. A practical tip is to create themed vocabulary lists. For example, have one list for food and restaurants, another for travel, another for work, and so on. When you're waiting, choose one list to review and mentally practice those words in sentences. You can also use waiting time to practice your English mindset. Tell yourself, right now, I'm going to use this moment to learn something new. This positive affirmation makes your brain more open and ready to absorb information. One fun activity is to challenge yourself to think of synonyms for a word you're learning. For example, if you see the word happy, can you think of other words like joyful, excited, or pleased? This expands your vocabulary and deepens your understanding. Don't forget to practice pronunciation during waiting time. Say a word or sentence out loud several times. Focus on how your mouth moves and try to copy the sounds exactly. Pronunciation is a skill that improves with frequent, short practice sessions. If you're shy about speaking out loud in public, try whispering or mouthing the words silently to yourself. Even this small action activates your speaking muscles and helps reinforce your memory. Waiting time is also perfect for practicing intonation, the rise and fall of your voice. Try repeating sentences with different emotions: happy, surprised, sad, or angry. This helps you sound more natural and expressive in English. When you listen to English during waiting time, try to notice patterns or repeated phrases. For example, in podcasts, you might hear, "How are you?" or "What do you think about that?" a lot. Recognizing these common sentences builds your listening confidence. If you enjoy writing, use waiting moments to jot down new words or sentences you want to remember. Carry a small notebook or use a notes app on your phone. Writing helps you process the language more deeply. You can also create mini dialogues in your head. Imagine you're ordering coffee or asking for directions. Practice the sentences you'd use and anticipate possible responses. This mental rehearsal prepares you for real conversations. For those who love music, waiting time is a great chance to listen to your favorite English songs. Try to follow the lyrics or sing along. Music is a natural and enjoyable way to learn new words and practice pronunciation. If you have a language partner, you can text each other sentences or questions during waiting times. This keeps you connected and creates a fun, ongoing learning challenge that fits into your daily life. Waiting time is also ideal for learning idioms and expressions. These phrases often don't make sense if translated word for word, so seeing and practicing them frequently helps you sound more like a native speaker. Try to learn idioms that match your personality or interests. For example, if you love sports, learn sports-related idioms like hit a home run or drop the ball. Using idioms makes your English colorful and memorable. If you enjoy storytelling, waiting time is perfect for practicing sentences that describe scenes or feelings. You might say to yourself, "The sky is cloudy today," or "I feel excited about tomorrow." These simple sentences help you build fluency. Another creative idea is to describe what you see around you while waiting. Narrate what people are doing or what objects you notice. For example, "The man is reading a newspaper," or "The flowers are very colorful." This helps you practice observation vocabulary. Using waiting time for grammar practice works too. Focus on one grammar point at a time, like past tense or prepositions, and think of sentences that use that grammar correctly. For example, "I visited my friend yesterday," or "The book is on the table." You can also combine grammar and vocabulary practice by making sentences with new words that use the grammar point you're focusing on. This integrated practice helps solidify your skills. Sometimes, waiting time is perfect for reviewing common mistakes. If you know you tend to confuse there and there, or much and many, use those moments to repeat correct sentences and reinforce the right usage. Using flashcards is a classic but effective method. Whether paper or digital, flashcards with a word on one side and its meaning or sentence example on the other are perfect for quick reviews during waiting time. Another tip is to learn phrases for small talk. Sentences like "Nice weather today, isn't it?" or "Have you been here before?" are easy to practice and help you start conversations naturally. Waiting time also gives you a chance to reflect on your English learning goals. Ask yourself questions like, "What do I want to improve this week?" or "Which sentences do I want to practice more?" Reflection guides your learning and keeps you focused. If you enjoy puzzles, try English word games on your phone during waiting times. Games like word searches, crosswords, or word scrambles improve your vocabulary and spelling in a fun way. When you practice speaking in waiting moments, pay attention to your body language. Even if you're alone, using gestures or facial expressions while you speak helps connect your words with feelings and meanings. If you're nervous about speaking with others, practicing alone during waiting times reduces anxiety. The more you speak out loud, the easier it becomes to use English naturally in social situations. Waiting time is also great for practicing question forms. Try making different types of questions like yes or no questions. "Are you ready?" WH questions. "Where are you going?" or tag questions. "It's cold today, isn't it?" You can practice negative sentences too. For example, "I don't like spicy food," or "She isn't coming today." Negative sentences are important for expressing preferences or refusing politely. Try thinking about conditional sentences during waiting time. These are sentences that express possibilities, like "If it rains, I will stay home," or "If I have time, I will call you." Conditionals add complexity to your English in manageable chunks. If you're preparing for exams, use waiting time to memorize key phrases or sentence starters. For example, "In my opinion," "I believe that," or "on the other hand." These help organize your speaking or writing. Waiting moments can also be used for practicing numbers and dates in English. Practice saying your phone number, your birthday, or the date today. This builds confidence in everyday situations. Use waiting time to learn phrasal verbs. These are verbs combined with prepositions like look after, give up, or run into. They're very common in English, and practicing them in sentences makes you sound more fluent. You can practice linking words and transitions like first, then, finally, or however. These words help your sentences flow better, especially when telling stories or explaining ideas. Sometimes, when waiting, it helps to take a deep breath and mentally repeat a mantra in English, like, I am improving every day, or I can speak English confidently. This boosts your motivation and reduces anxiety. If you have children or younger learners around, waiting time is great for teaching them simple English words or songs. Teaching others is a fantastic way to reinforce your own learning. When you're feeling tired or distracted, use waiting time to review easier materials or sentences you already know well. This low-pressure practice maintains your learning momentum without stress. Waiting time also allows you to predict what you might hear or say in upcoming conversations. For example, if you're waiting at a doctor's office, think about questions like, what brings you here today? Or, do you have any allergies? If you like journaling, use waiting time to think about what you want to write later. Plan your sentences or topics mentally so that when you have more time, you're ready to write smoothly. Waiting moments are perfect for practicing collocations, common word pairs like make a decision, take a break, or do homework. Learning collocations helps your English sound more natural. Sometimes, waiting time can be used to listen carefully to announcements or signs around you and try to understand as much English as possible. This real-world practice sharpens your listening skills. If you have a language notebook, waiting time is a good moment to review your notes or rewrite difficult words and sentences. Repetition is key to memorization. Use waiting time to remind yourself why you're learning English. Think about your goals, your dreams, and how English will help you achieve them. This reflection gives your learning meaning and keeps you motivated. Another useful way to use waiting time is by practicing synonyms and antonyms. Pick a common word and think of other words with similar or opposite meanings. For example, if you have the word happy, think of joyful, content, or the opposite, sad. This deepens your vocabulary. Waiting time can also be great for improving your spelling. Use your phone's notes or a small notebook to practice spelling tricky English words you've recently learned. Repetition helps your brain remember the correct order of letters. Try to think about English grammar rules in small chunks during waiting moments. For example, focus on when to use a versus an, or the difference between much and many. These small grammar insights add up to big improvements. If you're preparing for a presentation or meeting, use waiting time to rehearse key sentences or phrases you plan to say. Even whispering or mouthing these sentences silently can build your confidence and reduce nervousness. You can also practice polite expressions during waiting time. Sentences like, "Excuse me, could you please?" or "Thank you very much" are essential in daily interactions and worth memorizing. Listening to short English dialogues or mini conversations during waiting times helps you get used to conversational English. Try to listen actively and imagine how you would respond. This mental practice prepares you for real conversations. Waiting time can also be used to review question tags like "Isn't it?" or "Don't you?" Practice making sentences with these tags, such as "It's cold today, isn't it?" Question tags are very common in spoken English. Another good idea is to practice counting in English, not just numbers, but counting items, steps, or even repetitions of an action. For example, 1, 2, 3. I see 3 birds. This simple practice builds your comfort with numbers and quantifiers. Use waiting time to think about and practice different sentence moods. For example, practice making commands like please sit down or don't be late. Learning how to give instructions clearly is a useful skill. Finally, reward yourself after using waiting time for learning. Whether it's a small treat or a moment of relaxation, recognizing your effort encourages you to keep turning those waiting moments into productive learning sessions. So, next time you find yourself waiting, remember this episode and make a choice. Will you let this moment slip away, or will you turn it into a step forward in your English journey? Thank you so much for listening to Groovy English today. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who might want to make the most of their waiting time too. Until next time, keep it groovy and keep learning one small moment at a time.
Your English is shining brighter by the minute. Hit that next video to keep leveling up your skills. Or dive into our other episodes for more secrets to talk like a pro. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to join the Groovy English crew.